To create your own pairing assignment, you're going to log into SimNet. You're going to go to Content on the left. You're going to click Lessons, the plus sign to create one. And then you're going to put in the information that you need here. So you give it a type, which is lesson, and you give it a title. I'm going to call this Pairing Sample, because I already have a pairing assignment and I already have a pairing lesson, so I can't use those again. And make sure that you pick the correct version that we're using. We're using 2021, so I'm going to click Next. Once you're in here, you've got your pairing sample section here. So over here we have the available skills, and on the right we have the assigned skills. So you've got 3 tabs that we're going to walk through. We have the skills tab, the course assignment tab, and the student assignment tab. So on the skills tab, this is where you assign the questions. Since this is the pairing assignment, you're only going to assign 1 question, make it super easy. I'm going to go to textbook, select a textbook, and I'm going to pick the one that says In Practice Microsoft Office, because this is just basic Office skills. This doesn't have to do with any of the content that we're going to be teaching. So go to Microsoft Office. For chapters, I would go to the intro chapter, because again, this is just Windows-based stuff. And you're going to pick any one of these items here. So in the one I have for my students, I have using the taskbar. You could pick using the start menu, something super, super simple. So I'll do using the start menu, and I'm going to add it. Once it's added in, you have your assigned skills, you're ready, you don't have to do anything else there. The next thing you need to do is go to your course assignments, and you would pick the course that you want that to apply to. So you should have your Sandbox course, or you would have your COM 140 or 141 course, whatever it might be. I'm going to apply it to my summer shell, and I'm going to add it. You're going to go through here, you're going to pick your lesson assignment details. You have your title, show assignment, enable your due dates. So your start date is whatever date it is. You do not have to have a due date, but you do have to have an end date. So I'm going to put my due date to be the 14th, and my end date's going to be the 15th, whatever you want that to be. You have your section here to display hints, always, never, or after a certain amount of attempts, completely up to you. Require completion of, you have to pick one of these. So you have the show me, the guide me, and the let me try. I just have let me try selected because if I have students that are a little more advanced and they don't need to be shown and then guided, they can just try it on their own. If they can't do the let me try, they can go back and do the other 2, but they're not required for them to get points for a certain activity. So I leave just let me try. Over here, I always disable skill set navigation, because if you keep that enabled, then they never have to go back into the text once they've done the first activity. It'll just keep skipping to the next simulation and so on. So they'll never actually have to go back in and read the information that you have there. So disable it. That's my advice. Then you have your gradebook option, show column in gradebook. If you want to freeze the grade after the due date, you can do that so that they can't have a different grade. Your points, you can have your assignment defaults or you can override the points. And your display type is either going to be percentage, you can make it points, ratio, scale, it's up to you. I leave mine at percentage, and then the calculation is total complete or pass fail. So whatever, if they've completed a total of 24 out of 24, or it'll say they passed or they failed. Down here you can add a password if you want. I didn't do that for any of mine. So you just set your settings through here and you click save, and that's it. Your pairing sample is now ready to go. So if you want to see what that looks like, you would go to the course. So I'm going to go to Sim Student. This was my summer shell. Click on that. So when it opens up, you're going to see pairing sample. That's the assignment. I'm going to click pairing sample. If I clicked on tiles, it would look like this. So I would click pairing sample, and then I can try taking this lesson as a student. So I would do take lesson, and here's the show me, guide me, let me try. So click let me try. Launch access from the start menu. So I would click the start menu. I would click access, I would close it, and then you can leave it with the little door over here, exit, and you're good to go. And then you'll see that everything has been marked up here. So once you have that all set, you can bring it into Canvas by integrating it. Before I do that though, I just want to go back to my course manager really quick, and I want to go back to the lesson. So I'm going to click on content. I'm going to click on the lessons here. I'm going to find the pairing sample, and I'm going to go to edit. Because I have the student tab I need to show you. So over here you have the student assignments. This works exactly the same way as the course assignments does. You would find your student, you would add them over here. Let's say, for example, I wanted to assign it to Dawn Adams. I click on add, and then I fill this out the same way that I would have filled out the assignment when it was for a course. So that would be to give it to a student. So I'm going to log out of SimNet now, and I'm going to go into my Canvas course. And just click in there, and I'm going to show you really quickly how you are going to integrate this into your course. So you go to your modules, and if it's your first time, you're going to actually need to connect yourself to SimNet. So you create any module. So you would just click plus, give it a module, and click add module. It really doesn't matter what that module is, what the name is, because once it's there, you can get rid of it. So let's go down to the linking module. Here it is. So what you are going to do as an instructor for the first time is you're going to have to click on here, these three dots, after you create a module. You're going to click McGraw-Hill SimNet LTIA, and then it's going to ask you to sign in. So I've already given you your username and info. You're just going to sign in with that username and information. It's going to put in an API key, it's going to sign you in, and then you should see this screen that I have here after you've signed in. If that doesn't work, please let me know, and we'll try to figure it out. Otherwise, we'll get tech support on the case, and they will get you connected. So once you've gotten yourself connected, then all you need to do is work with this screen here. So for example, we've connected ourselves for the first time now, and we are ready to go, and you saw that screen. So if you want to put certain assignments in certain modules, you would navigate to those modules. So if you want to put Word assignments in week 1, you would go there and you would integrate Word assignments only. If you want Excel in week 3, you would go there and only the Excel assignments. So I'm going to go down to the linking module I was at, and I'm going to go to McGraw-Hill SimNet LTIA again. Don't pick the Connect one. That's a different program. McGraw-Hill SimNet LTIA. And then we're going to go to where it says integrate. Right here, integrate. So you deploy SimNet assignments. So you click here, and it's going to find all of the assignments you have listed in your course. So if I scroll down, I'll find the pairing sample. Notice all these other ones have check marks. They've already been deployed. So I'm going to put a check here where it says pairing sample. I'm going to scroll on up and confirm the changes. To be linked, to be unlinked, I'm good to go, deploy. You give it a couple of seconds. And then you should be good to go. If you go down to your linking, your pairing sample assignment is now here. So you don't create the assignment in Canvas, you create it in SimNet, and then you just pull it on over. Once you have it in here, you can then go into your assignments tab here, and you could decide if it's an assignment, you could decide if it's an exam, you could decide if it's a final, you could decide if it's attendance. You can put it in your groups as you have them set usually. So you don't have to make a pairing assignment just be an assignment. It could be a quiz grade. It could be an exam grade. It could be a final exam. Whatever you want, you fix that when you get into Canvas. So that's how you connect to yourself, and that's how you integrate an assignment that you've created into Canvas.